This morning on Today's Fitness, slow motion exercises. If lack of time is your excuse for abstaining from exercise, what would you say to 20 minutes a week? In the latest issue of Newsweek magazine, proponents of a controversial exercise regimen involving slow motion strength training claim 20 minutes is all you need. Adam Zickerman of InForm Fitness has more on this new technique. Hi, Adam. Good morning.
Good morning, Katie.
All right, so tell me what this is all about. Explain this, would you?
Yes, it's a high-intensity, unique strength training program that's also extremely safe. And basically, we're just fatiguing the muscles as deeply as you can. And as the name suggests, slow motion, you're lifting weights in a manner that is much slower than you normally see in your typical health clubs.
You know, for years now, we've been hearing that you need to exercise at least 3 times a week to get your heart rate up. And before we talk more about the cardiovascular component of this form of exercise, 20 minutes a week is it? How can that be enough to really get your body in shape and get you feeling healthy or being healthy?
Right. Well, it depends what you consider being in shape is. It sounds ridiculous only once a week because most people think, how many calories can you actually burn just 20 minutes a week? But our focus is not about burning calories. Our focus is about building lean muscle mass. And if you strength train properly, you'll build enough lean muscle mass, and you'll need more time to rest to build that lean muscle mass.
So it's about building lean muscle mass, but not about making your heart healthy?
Well, this, you know, strength training does make your heart healthy. There are other studies out there that are indicating that the heart can get very strong by strength training. Matter of fact, the American Heart Association recently was written about in Time magazine, who said exactly that strength training is actually very good to increase cardiovascular function.
But this is considered anaerobic by experts, and I'm not going to get into a big debate here, but people from the American Heart Association, even the Surgeon General, say you really need aerobic exercise to make your cardiovascular exercise. In other words, getting enough oxygen in your heart to make it really pump faster for 30 minutes at a time or 20 minutes at a time. But I guess in any event, this has some advantages, and if people want to exercise or do this form, they really should talk to their doctor, whatever kind of exercise they're considering.
Of course, you should always talk to doctor before you take on any exercise program. But the question is, what is cardiovascular exercise? It is raising your heart rate at a sustained level. And who's to say that strength training can't do that same thing? You don't need to actually separate cardio from strength training when strength training, if done properly, will also give you that cardiovascular benefit. So I agree with the associations that say that you should do cardiovascular exercise. I'm very concerned about cardiovascular health and cardiovascular training. The thing is, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone by doing proper strength training the way we're going to demonstrate today.
Even though for some people the jury's still out on that. But why don't you show us Eloisa and give us an example of this slow motion
So
strength
Eloisa
training.
is a 62-year-old woman who has been with me for about 3 years now and is very strong and has very good technique. And let's see how she starts. Shoulders back, lift the chest, head back a little bit.
So this is a lot slower than normal weightlifting that you would be doing.
You're doing it this slowly to maximize the stimulation of the muscle.
The breathing is extremely important too, right,
Exactly.
Adam?
As she fatigues, she's going to breathe and almost hyperventilate. And when you're done with a full routine, which is about 6 exercises, you're breathing as if you just sprinted a 5K, literally.
Now this raises your blood pressure some, right? I mean, should people with high blood pressure avoid this kind of exercise?
She has had high blood pressure and has been lowered since. If you breathe properly, if you learn how to breathe properly, strength training is no longer that tabooed exercise to raise blood pressure.
Is she breathing in and out?
Right now, she's not really working out that intensely, so she's just breathing regularly. As if she fatigues, which she's starting to do now, and she's going too fast, so slow it down a little bit. All right? The slower you go, the more intense it becomes, and then she's really going to start getting into the heavier and heavier breathing. But you should never hold your breath. That's one reason people think weight training is bad for blood pressure, because when you hold your breath, watch. This is pretty intense now, and she keeps going. And come on back slowly now. Still holding it very slowly. See how the breathing is? She's not holding her breath. If you don't hold your breath, your blood pressure will not go up.
Okay, let's go to Donna real quickly because we have two more quick examples if we can do them very quickly. Donna's doing what?
Donna's doing something. If you can't come to InForm Fitness and use our special equipment, you can always do this in your home as well if trained properly. So she's going to do a wall squat. She's using a ball, and this works the quads, the legs. This is an extremely effective exercise for building muscle in the lower body. right there, and look how slowly she goes. This is not very easy for somebody who's very overweight because you have to support your own body weight. But once you're in shape,
how many repetitions, Adam, of that?
Well, we don't really count repetitions. We actually time how long it takes to fail or muscle fail, and that can take about a minute, minute and a half per set.
And real quickly, let's show
and
what Ron's doing.
We're going to take this to the full extent, if you don't mind. Very slowly. Now, using free weights, you need to have a partner because we're going to such muscle fatigue that you need help. Relax your face and just breathe. Hyperventilate if you have to. Right there, good. Slowly come down. We're going to do one more set to really take this to its full extent because the way this works is complete intensity.
You can do that as we go into commercial, Adam, because we're out of time. Thanks so much for coming by. Thanks to all of you for the demonstration. I'm tired just watching you. Thanks a lot, Adam. If you'd like to read the full Newsweek story on super slow training, by the way, you can visit our website at today.msnbc.com. Up next, 3 generations born on the same day. But first, this is Today on NBC.